everybody, this is Jason, and we are back with a movie review, and I am going to do Renaissance Man, starring Danny DeVito. And the first time I actually watched this, it was actually in high school, in English class. So there is an undertone to this movie, which is Shakespeare and some of his works. So we'll discuss a little bit about that. And I remember the first time I watched this, I loved it. So when they finally put it out on DVD, I went out and got it. And unfortunately, it's not on Blu-ray at this point, but that's all right. The quality of the video is not bad on here. The actual DVD has no extras. If I'm not mistaken, I think it might have the theatrical trailer. And then you open it up inside, there's just a disc, no sleeve or anything. So very basic. So if you go see this in a $5 bin, go ahead and pick that up. We're going to go over the cast. There's some memorable cast members here. Obviously, Danny DeVito, who plays the main character named Bill Rago. Gregory Hines as the drill sergeant, Sergeant Cass. Cliff Robertson, he plays Colonel James. And there's a few more, but I will mention Mark Wahlberg. He plays one of the privates that is going through boot camp. So he's really young here, but definitely when you see him, you'll recognize him for sure. So in the very beginning, you are met by Bill Rago, who again is played by Danny DeVito, and he is a divorced advertising executive, and he's definitely down on his luck. He's running late for an advertisement sales pitch. He's stuck in traffic, and the people are there waiting for him, including his superiors and the people who are also there to try to make the sales pitch. So he has to try to do it on the fly, on the cell phone. And we all know back in 1994, the way cell phones were, you barely ever got a good signal. And this is an absolute hilarious scene. And basically by the time he gets there, the people are gone. And next thing you know, he's been fired from this advertisement agency. You see a couple of scenes between him and his daughter. His daughter she's interested in astrology. Bill Rago believes that she's wasting her time. So there's definitely a disconnect between the father and daughter, and we see that right away as they're discussing some things. So definitely get the feeling of a down on his luck type person. So he is then now going to unemployment office, which he hates to do, but he's forced to do it. And he gets a job basically at an army base, and to teach about 6 or 7 misfits, I guess, so you can say. These guys aren't doing any good in boot camp, and this is the last chance. So they've created a course for these guys to try to turn it around, or they're going to get kicked out of the army. Unfortunately, when he arrives, there is absolutely no structure to the class. They don't tell him what to do. He gets there, they show him around, which is absolutely hilarious, by the way. Some of the army way of life is definitely different than what a normal civilian would deal with. And so this opening scene when he arrives at the base is absolutely funny. But he gets to class, and the soldiers are coming in, and they do it a very strong structure, as if they were good soldiers, in my opinion. But when they find out it's a civilian teaching the class, they totally change their attitude. And then there's no structure, so he has them write down on a piece of paper, what why they joined the army. And some of these stories these soldiers have are amazing. Just the backstory of what they've had to go through in their life and why they're in the army at this point. And they're probably not bad soldiers. You know, they're just from a rough part of town and just some bad circumstances. So basically, what happens is they end up wanting to study some type of Shakespeare, is because what happened was another day in class, he tells them to read a book, and some of them are reading magazines. One guy is reading a Archie magazine, which is absolutely hilarious. But Bill Rago is up there in class reading a something from Shakespeare. I don't remember exactly. I think it might have been Othello or something, or something like that. So actually, these trainees actually end up liking some of the stuff that they hear from him. So this is something that they're interested in. So he believes that if he teaches them some of Shakespeare, that it will it's something that they're interested in. So they continue doing it. The drill sergeant does not like Bill Rago. He thinks he's wasting their time, and that these knuckleheads are actually they're wasting time on them, and that they just need to kick them out. So basically, in the middle of it, they actually take a trip to Canada, and they see a live performance of Shakespeare's Henry V, which they definitely enjoyed. And that scene was pretty cool to see them all enjoy themselves. So that was real cool. There's a Private Hobbs in here, and he seems to be one of the smart guys. He's very interested in Shakespeare, and so Bill Rago, he actually goes up to the captain and the rest of the army and says, are you sure that this guy is actually, does he really belong here? Well, it turns out that Private Hobbs is a drug dealer, and he's hiding under a different name, and so they arrest him. And that scene's pretty it's a strong scene. Just the way that Bill is, he feels bad. He doesn't want to take back what he did. He felt in his heart that this guy could go somewhere, and he felt that he was in the wrong class. So they arrest him and take him away. That's the last time you see him. I mean, you see him throughout the movie. He gets other people in jail to actually read Shakespeare and stuff like that, and check out the books in the library. So that was pretty cool. Basically, at the end of the movie, doesn't make it mandatory. There's a test that they need to take, and he tells them that, okay, it's not mandatory for you to take this test, but if you do take it and you fail it, you're out of the army. And so obviously, as the audience, we think, oh, they're going to pick not to do it. Well, it turns out they all take the test, and it's an oral type test where he asks some questions and they come out and say it. So they all passed with flying colors because they were interested at this point. They totally changed from day one. One of the class members recites the St. Crispin Day speech that was done in Henry V, which was pretty cool. It's in front of the drill sergeant, and the drill sergeant, I think at that point, changed his mind about the whole class. So they end up graduating, no problems, and at the very end of it, you see Bill Rago taking on another class of recruits. So it's a 6-week course or something. I forget exactly how long it is, but basically he has about 6 weeks to get them set up in this class and to see if they're good enough to continue on with the army. So that's basically it, everybody. In my opinion, this was a awesome movie. Definitely worth a watch. I guess back in the day when it came out in 1994, it didn't do too well. It competed against, a few awesome movies as well. So I think throughout time, it's actually got a cult following, in my opinion. And it's much better today than it was probably in the theaters because they didn't give it a chance. So out of 10, I give this a 7 out of 10. Definitely a strong watch. Is it a must watch? No, it's not a must watch. But if you like Danny DeVito, give this a watch. This is one of his better movies, in my opinion. I think he has some great movies. So definitely give this a watch if you can. Definitely worth, if you can find the DVD, to pick it up. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. And, oh, by the way, if you can, subscribe. Please subscribe to my channel. And it should be, I'm going to go ahead and put the link right here. It should be right here. If you click on this, you'll be able to subscribe. It might be over here, actually. If you can click over here, subscribe to this channel, that'd be awesome. And I will go ahead and put up a few additional links to some other videos that you may enjoy. All right. Thanks, everybody. I appreciate it. You have a good day, and we'll see you next time.